two different ways that you are able to apply this all-in-one cream makeup. Which way is the right way? Which way is the wrong way? You've probably seen this dotting method all over the place and you're like, try that, but it doesn't work out for me. Applying your makeup with a brush, you just feel like you can't really get it to look flawless and to look really nice and natural. I am going to be sharing all the tips and tricks for how to apply your makeup two different ways with this all-in-one custom palette, and also sharing with you pro makeup artist tips and tricks, where to place the products and how to blend everything out so that you get a beautiful, flawless finish. If you're interested in learning more about how to properly apply this makeup, keep on watching. The two different ways that you can apply this all-in-one cream makeup. It's no right or wrong way, but the first way is going to be great for you if you struggle with figuring out placement. So whenever you get a color match from me, I'll send you a placement chart that looks like this. It's going to let you know where you're going to place every single color. We're going to start off first with a method you've probably seen where people take their fingers or a brush and use it to go ahead and do dots all over their face. So this is going to help more so with placement more than it's going to help with actual proper application. What I do like about this technique though is that it does make applying this makeup a lot quicker in one layer, and it's really great for beginners to kind of learn where everything goes on the face. Then I like to go into my bronzer. This is my personal preference just because it helps to blend in the contour and the highlights. Then I like to go into my main highlight shade, aka my skin tone shade. I'm going to place that in the areas where I want the most coverage. And the thing with this that you have to keep in mind is that this makeup is very, very highly pigmented, so you don't need very much. It's okay to have a little bit of gaps like this because when you blend it out, it's going to move around. Use a little bit of my brightening highlight shade, like so. A little bit here, bridge of my nose. Finish off with a little bit of some blush. Just gonna place the blush right in between the bronzer. Second way is my personal favorite, and it does take just a little tiny bit longer. I find that the results are more flattering and more cohesive looking, which is applying all of this with a brush. This is my personal favorite brush called the 3D brush. Has a fluffy side on one end, a pointy side on the other side. Start off first by stamping into our contour to pick up that color. We're just going to find our cheekbone and basically place this right above the cheekbone in a stamping motion like so. Once I have that placed down, you can see that basically the contour is already blended out. We're gonna place more of that contour on our forehead. Pinch the brush to get into the nose area right here. Then I'll go into my main highlight shade, aka my foundation shade, and I am just going to place this underneath my eyes, along my jawline, around my mouth, center of the face, and right underneath the forehead contour to start blending that out. So this is what it's kind of looking like. Go into the brightening highlight shade. We're gonna place that just in select areas. So I like to do the top of my cheekbone, inner corner of my eye for a glow. I'm just gonna place that a little bit on my forehead there. And then go into some bronzer, and we're gonna place that right on top. Finish off with a little blush, placing that right here. This is what it looks like to place everything with your brush. Now, as far as the blending goes, I do like to use this brush here. Whenever I do the dotting method, I like to use this brush here called the blush and bronzer brush. What you can do is you can take a little bit of some setting spray. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, and we're gonna spray it all over our face. And that's gonna help to set your makeup and also help you to blend out the makeup a lot quicker. I'm gonna start off first by blending out this side here. I always like to start off with the lightest to the darkest, and all we're gonna do is we're going to stamp, work towards the outer part of my face. I'm gonna start blending everything together, always starting with the lighter areas first. It's literally just a stamping motion that we're basically pushing off to the side, and that will blend the makeup really nicely and give you a nice even lift. On the forehead, we're gonna go ahead and blend those lighter colors into the darker colors. I'm using the denser of the two sides of the brush. For our cheek, we're gonna start from the apple of the cheek and work our way back. And this is the reason why I don't prefer the dotting method, because sometimes you can still see the dots. Then doing our nose contour and blending that in. It took me like about a minute and a half to blend out. So the application aspect is quicker, but the blending is a little bit more time consuming. Here, it's practically already blended, so we're not gonna have to do as much. So we're just gonna take the pointy side of the brush first, with the 3D brush, and start by dabbing to blend out our lighter colors first. And if you want an area to not have as much coverage, you can always swipe, but just always remember when you swipe, it is going to diminish the coverage that you are getting, while dabbing is going to keep coverage. And just dabbing that with the pointy side. Then I'm going to do my nose contour, and we're just going to lightly swipe this inwards down the bridge of my nose. Then we're going to do the last part, which is the blush and the contour and the bronzer. We're going to take the fluffier side. We're just going to stamp back and forth until we get that nice and blended. I definitely went a little heavy-handed with the blush here. So if you ever feel like you put on too much, what I like to do is go back in with a little bit of my main highlight shade, aka my foundation shade, and just stamp that right on top, and that will tone down any mistakes that you made, any color that you may have placed too much of. You can see that we were able to blend out our makeup a lot faster and also fix our mistakes. This side here looks a lot more polished and clean than this side here. They both do look really, really good, but the main difference here, a lot of people tell me, is that I can't get my makeup to look like yours. And if you are doing the dotting method, you're not gonna get your makeup to look like mine, because I usually always do this method here where we apply and then blend out with the brush. It takes maybe an extra minute or two, and as you get faster with it, it will take way less. So then I'm gonna set my face, and after I set my face, I'm going to show you the finished look. Here we have both sides complete after I went ahead and set with a little bit of the SEINT setting spray, Perfector sponge, the vanilla dust setting powder, and a powder puff. This is my favorite way to set my makeup so that it lasts all day and I never have any issues, especially with having oilier skin and it getting a lot hotter. Let me know down below which application method you prefer. If you are needing help with your own personalized color match on choosing the right shades and the right products for you, just comment down below the word match, or you can also check out all of the details that are listed below. Let me know what type of videos you would like to see. Give this video a big thumbs up so that way I know what videos to make for you in the future. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any other videos like this, and I will catch you guys in the next one.